Hey, everybody. So, welcome back to episode 7 of the Sports Talk podcast with Robert and Mitch. But
Yo,
yeah,
guys, what is
so
good?
before we
Gotta
get into the
represent the six.
stream, so I don't know because I'm not done editing my video. So, once that drops, so I want to make a little bit announcement before we get and start today's episode. So,
Go for it.
at 100 subscribers for my 100 subscribers special, I will be doing a giveaway for my Philly Sports Podcast merch. It could either be a shirt or a hoodie for the time being. So I hope to see everyone, be in the draw. I'll be doing a drawing for that. It would be nice to actually.
I gotta tell you something.
What's
I
up?
want another giveaway.
You did?
Yeah, you know the YouTuber by the name of that kid Yeen. I reacted to a couple of his things.
With that delusional Eagles fan?
No. This
No.
is the one about the Elton Brand video.
Oh no.
So anyway,
Oh yes, yeah. I exactly know who you're talking about now.
So he was doing a giveaway on Instagram. I was like, "Yo, put my name in." I said that in the video. He put my name in.
I've actually watched it. I've watched it.
Yeah. The guy is talented, but he's not getting subscribers. Just like you, it's just YouTube now.
I just do this as a hobby because I got nothing else to do.
All right.
But yeah,
what do you want to start off with?
Let's start with talk about the NBA playoffs, man. Like we all knew this is going to be for us Sixers, for the Sixers fans and in the Sixers themselves. This is going to be an easy sweep. That's a hands down given.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
right now, I don't know if you saw my video today, but I said that actually,
I think was it the reaction?
Yeah. No, this morning I made not this morning, I uploaded later, but I made a recap video. I was like, who can stop this guy? But
nobody can.
Before the series started, I predicted the Sixers win in 5. And I feel like an idiot.
Yeah, I said a clean sweep.
Well, you're doing better than me. I said 5. I'm praying. I don't want the Wizards to win.
Yo, big place up in the building.
What's up, boys? How you doing?
Not too bad. Well, yeah, I mean, before you came on, we were just talking about the NBA play. Talk about, just about the NBA playoffs in general and where most teams stand at this point. So right now, we were just going over the Sixers and the Washington. First of all, this should not even be in the matchup. And this is the matchup. Yeah, even though it's not the matchup that we really wanted.
103. 130. All right. So my take on this whole thing. Well, first, I just got to say this right out of the gate. Simmons 0 for 9 from the free throw line. It's not cutting in one game. That's not cutting. It's like.
If you're like basketball fans, should all know that's those are give me points. Like you can't be missing them. But for me, and like you said, no one's gonna stop him.
It's the Washington Wizards, but most likely, like I said this in my video today. I was like, guys, we're playing the Hawks next series. We're not playing the Knicks. And I was like, that may not cut it against the Hawks.
Exactly. No, because he's got to step it up even more against the Hawks, despite the fact we beat them twice already in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention that Trae Young didn't play. I don't think Trae Young played in both games. Not that I can remember anyway.
He played in all 3. What are you talking about?
In all 3?
He played in all 4. All 4.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of funny that you bring that up because I'm just watching this Lakers Suns game.
Yeah, I'm about to put it on.
Yeah, even Lindy's kind of concerned for the Maverick, especially for Luka Doncic. From what I saw when he uploaded his video.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's like the Heat is now out of the playoffs.
That's actually, I predicted that series to go 7 to Milwaukee. So it's a sweep. I'm like, what the? Because last year, Miami went to the finals. So you would never have thought that
we get swept by Milwaukee.
Well,
I'm
this video will
actually
be
not
7.
surprised that the Bucks swept them because I have the Bucks going to the finals against my Lakers. Actually, I think they're
Well, you
so
said Sixers at first, but
talented
I'll
on
give you
offense and defense. They got all the pieces for the puzzle. And if they face the Sixers, hey, I'm not calling anything here, but hey, I think they're gonna beat the Sixers.
But yeah, I mean, it's
I'm
like,
about to put my Suns and Lakers game on now.
yeah, I mean, it's like, and even on Twitter, I've seen people saying, oh, this is like they're coming from the bubble. Hey, Barm's in the chat. Barm,
Yeah,
going on,
Barn,
Barm?
What up,
the
Barn?
link is in the chat. Just click it,
Link is
it'll be right
yep.
in.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, people say, oh, Jimmy is not going to be as good as he once was, or be good. I was like, I don't know about that because it's all because they were playing in the NBA bubble last year.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've been seeing a lot, and I think, I mean, even some Hawks fans were going at each other, like because they think they can take us to 7. I was like, I don't think they could. But the only thing I think that's going to, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of, give us trouble is free throws. And like Mitch, like just like you said, free throws are the most, you got to at least constantly got to knock them down. But that's just,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, like well, Washington, like we were having no trouble with. Yeah, so first of all, they're the 8th seed, and this is funny from what I've heard. DJ Eastwood, and I actually did watch this video earlier. Said the Washington Wizards have 1.5 good players. The one good player that they have is Bradley Beal, and he calls Russell Westbrook the other the half to the 1.5.
Well, I care to
see.
disagree with that, and I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
kind
care if
of
he's
I was
stat pen. I don't care if he does all that. But the one thing I'm going to say is that I'm kidding. He's one. He's not even 1.5. But he was actually one of my favorite point guards in the future, in the past when he was on the Thunder.
yeah, exactly, because you had like what Westbrook, Harden, Durant. I think that big 3 back then. But yeah, I mean, it's like I don't know. It just seems to me I don't know. See, this is this is why I don't care for especially the Washington Wizards and people and how people hype them up to be. It's like you're going against the number 1 team in us and the Philadelphia 76ers that we scored over 100 over 100 points for the first 3 games. It's like, do you have any idea how tough that's going to be? Because it's a bet, even though it is a best of 7, but it's just like we're still going to score a ton, like last night
Yep.
yeah, last night. Like it's just like, I mean, they had, and like Mitch said in this video, like they didn't have a lead to begin with. We just kept in arm's reach, despite the fact, take the regular season for example. Even though we almost lost to the Washington Wizards first game of the season, which luckily we wind up scraping out a win at the bottom of the barrel, out of the winning barrel, basically. But yeah, I mean, and I kind of want to. I wish I could look. I don't know, and this is why I think I want to at least hopefully, kind of give my thoughts on the Dallas Mavericks and what kind of some of the problems that they're having, especially, and that's the thing too, like, and if I were Dallas, I mean, I would just cut my losses with Kristaps at this point, because if he's not going to produce, like, you have to at least cut your losses because. And I think Lindy kind of, and it's just like Luka deserves a better supporting cast than what they have at this point with the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah. I honestly have not been watching a lot of Mavs games or anything, but I really should go back to that. But, all right. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's it's crazy to say because I remember how good Kristaps Porzingis was when he was with the Knicks. Like he was just destroying everybody, and then all of a sudden, once he gets traded to Dallas, like it's just all gone. Like it's just like it's gone overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it with Kristaps at this point. It's confusing as all hell at this point. But yeah, I mean, I think so far, I think this is going to be an interesting playoffs for all teams, in my opinion. The fact
Except for the Heat.
Yeah, well, the Heat. Yeah, but that's the thing too. Like I said, this could be a 7-game series just by the matchup. You know what I'm saying? And so like, man, you and I look like idiots. It's like, are you serious? But then again, I think Slake. I don't know. Like, I don't know because I'm not even like a huge because obviously when it comes to the Bucks, I kind of feel like, I mean, they're good in terms of the way that they play at times, and that's the thing too. Like, Miami was coming off from the NBA bubble last year, so they were not expecting how they're going to be performing. Since they're no longer, and that's the thing people were kind of talking about. Is like, was last year a fluke for the Miami Heat since it was already in the bubble? I don't see. For me, I don't know. It's tough to draw the line right there. Like, do you think? What do you think, Mitch? Do you think that was a fluke last year for the Miami Heat?
No.
I said no.
They were
there's
well
no
constructed.
way.
They were a good team.
Exactly.
They had great defense. They shut down Giannis. So they were good last year. And since this year, the Milwaukee Bucks got Drew payback. Holiday. That was a major factor from Eric Bledsoe.
God.
Like, that's a major change.
Yeah, the injuries also derailed the Heat this entire season.
Yeah, that's also true as well. And because I feel like, I don't know, because I feel like, and Barn said, I don't think it was as exactly Barn. Like that's what all of us were saying. It's not a fluke. And like this year, like Slay said, it's injuries. Injuries was the problem. Yo, Eagles Uncensored, what's going on? Well, yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know. I think he do have a lot of,
Uncensored, the link's in there. Or
has
AK.
a lot of.
I'm just gonna call him AK from now on because that's what I know him as.
Yeah, but like I said, because it's like I believe that he can have championship potential with the team that they have, but like Slay said, as injuries piled up, like it just kind of derailed them. It kind of stopped that momentum that they were having. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, what do you think about all this playoff series? Like, because for me, I had my like you and I, because we had the Sixers in the finals. But I had the Sixers and the Suns because
hold on. You honestly had the Suns beating the Lakers before this all said and done.
Pretty much, basically. But I don't know. See, for me, I'm not the way that the Lakers are, and this is no disrespect. I don't think
I got 4 words: LeBron, James, Anthony Davis. That's it. I don't care if Anthony Davis is. Thank you. I don't care what Anthony Davis is playing right now. They're going to get past the Suns. They're probably going to win this game. Then the Suns are going to win. The Suns are going to win at home, Game 5, and then the Lakers will probably win in 6. So I have
Barnes says he has even Barnes said he has the Suns over the Lakers.
But look at it this way, Robert.
I have no disrespect to the Lakers.
In the West, every team in the West,
and we are
maybe the Suns, I would say, who can beat the Lakers? No one. Literally no one in the West. No one can beat us. We match pound for pound. No one could beat us in the West. I really
agree with that. I honestly do. You can't count out LeBron, 1, and 2. When LeBron James and Anthony Davis were injured throughout most of the season, realistically, they should not have been a 7 seed. They should have been a 1 seed or a 2 seed before these two. If they did not get injured, they would have been playing the Grizzlies right now. Utah would have been playing. Who's the 6 seed now? Trailblazers? Yeah.
I think it would be the Trailblazers.
So on and so forth.
Blazers. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that series is sorry. Let's talk about that real quick. Oh, that would have been nice. But let's just talk about the Jazz and Grizzlies because that series. I mean, not Jazz and Grizzlies. Sorry, but Nuggets and Trailblazers. That series is tied 2-2, and Jokic and Lillard both had their worst games in their career, or the season rather. Lillard had 10 points. Jokic had like 13 points, 1 assist, 7 boards, or something like that. So last game, it was neither one of their nights. It was Norman Powell of the Trailblazers who scored 29 points. So
you can go.
Okay.
No,
so
I don't want to.
Yeah. So with the 29 points that Norman Powell put up, and I believe McCollum had 21. So in order to win playoff games, when your superstar players are off, you're going to need players to step up. The New York Knicks don't have that. Randall was off. Randall's off and sucking right now. I'm going to look up the second leading scorer right now.
Exactly. Like, if you don't have that one guy that stepped, and think about it this way, for the Dallas Mavericks, they don't have Chris. They don't have Kristaps. Stepping up for them.
They're fine. They're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, I'm done. But,
I'm trying to make. I get what you're saying, but I'm just trying to make.
I mean, their second leading scorer today was R.J. Barrett, then Derrick Rose in third. So
Barnes says
game you can't have Reggie Bullock, who's their AKA sniper, who's 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 3, and had 0 points. I hate the New York Knicks fans. You guys know Robert and I talked about it before this podcast started.
Exactly.
You cannot win when your best player is not doing anything. Randall, 7 for 19, 23 points, 10 boards, 7 assists. Okay. But he's your most improved player. He should have got 30 and whatever. But they didn't have anyone step up. Trae Young went off. Trae Young had 27, 4. He didn't shoot that well from beyond the arc. But they just need players to step up for the next.
Yeah. I know we're talking about Damien Lillard. I have a bit of a hot take. I don't know if this is a hot take, but I think he is very overrated. I'm
sorry.
Damien Lillard.
You think he's overrated, or
I 1,000% think he's overrated. You look at every single game of the Blazers this year. Every single time a guy had to score the last second shot, Dame stood away.
Robert, can you move the cat, please? Can you take that off?
Because I was before. Right. Sorry, Slay. Because this is what Barm says. Portland has the better defense, but they also have Dame, CJ, and Norman. I think it's just points to Portland.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was gonna say, I think every single time you look at the Blazers in every single game they played this year, Damian Lillard, I know he's taken a lot of shots in his career, clutch shots, but a lot of the times CJ McCollum has taken the last shot over him instead of Dame.
He was injured for most of the series, most of the season.
Yeah, that's the thing too with, and I don't think Dame is not. In my, I don't think he's not that overrated because it's like, people make, I have no disrespect to what Slay has to say, but I kind of feel like if you need like a clutch basket in crunch time, I feel like Damian Lillard can get you that.
Yeah, he's the best.
Exactly,
top. I'll give you. You got LeBron, Curry, Lillard's top 5 in that.
Exactly. And that's the thing too. It's hard to find someone like Damien. Well, scratch that because I was about to say it was almost hard to find someone that since you mentioned the top. He's in the top. Could be in the top 5 with LeBron, Curry. God, who else could you put in the top 5 for clutch?
For clutch. You got Butler. KD. You got Harden.
I mean, there's a lot of guys you can put up there.
Yeah, I get his name.
But yeah,
Tobias is up there. I mean, he's in the top 10 or 15. But
that's what I was thinking too. Like, I feel like right now, I feel like Tobias is, I think, in the top 10 for when it comes to clutch. But if he gets even better, I feel like he can be top 5 material. Well, that's the thing too. It's just like, I doubt Slice's take on Damien Lillard, because, like, that's the thing too. Like, it's just, I don't know. That's just my opinion. That's just my thing.
All right. Are we pretty much? I think we talked about most of the playoffs here.
Yeah, basically we just talked about.
So I just want to slay this. KJ Wilson. What are your thoughts about him? Do you think the Eagles should get him? And I don't think it's necessary. And actually, as you always say, okay, I'm just gonna go on to the next topic then. But Julio Jones might get traded to the Seahawks.
Sorry about that.
You're good. So,
but yeah,
Julio Jones might get traded to Seattle. That's actually rumored. It confirmed today. I'm going to say
I see. There's a lot of other teams that can use Julio. I know we're not one of them. Because we don't need him. Because that's the thing too. If he's having a hard time staying healthy, and despite the fact that he's gotten their age, like, why would we take on? And also, not to mention, his contract could also play into that as well. So I don't think, because I think at this point of where we're built, I feel we did a pretty good job building. No, that's a whole. I really don't care. But yeah, like I was saying, I think this all season right now as a whole, I kind of feel like we've actually did pretty well building around Jalen Hurts. Got him his buddy from Alabama. Basically just
Smith.
Yeah, Smith. That's what I said. But we also were getting younger. That's the thing. We're also getting younger and I'm just looking forward to watching the birds. I really do. Even though at first I had my doubts, it's like this is like another, but because even though this is like a first step in the retooling year, because I say at best there are 7 to 9 games in that range, but I might maybe the Eagles could surprise us if they can win double-digit games. I wouldn't be that surprised. Well, I would be surprised, but not really, because, well, actually, scratch that. Because I kind of feel like they will surprise a lot of people, and the fact that Jalen Hurts now has a lot of different guys he can work with, especially now that he has Devontae Smith, which, from what I saw in some clips from the OTAs, looks like they're going to be a pretty decent, a really good duo in the league.
Yeah. But I was talking about KJ Wilson. I was not talking about Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith.
See, and going to that point right there, I don't think we don't need another linebacker, because we have Eric Wilson and Alex Singleton. We had 2 really good linebackers, but I doubt. Okay. I don't think we don't need them, in my opinion.
Hold on. Uncensored, what do you think about KJ Wilson now?
You mean KJ Wright?
Oh, is it KJ Wright? Oh my God, I've been saying Wilson the whole time. I've been mixing up Wilson and Wright. No, that's my fault.
No, you're good, man. I mean, it wouldn't hurt, but I mean, it's another piece to build around. Another person to have in the locker room with veteran experience. Help out the young guys.
I'm looking at the depth chart right now, and we got Alex Singleton, Eric Wilson, Sean Bradley, Davion Taylor, TJ Wilson, Jannard Avery, and then Rashard. I mean, he could go there, but I don't know. I'm gonna look up more because
It's hard,
I want to make.
man. It's just really hard. That's why I'm always like up and down on the Julio thing. If when people ask me that, it's like, we have so much young talent, but I do understand though if we do get him because it's like, Julio Jones, Devontae Smith, and Rager would be a deadly trio. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that would be pretty
It
awesome
just
to watch.
it,
I
it
think
would.
it
But
would
the
be,
only that I could
but
probably see, and I think I kind of agree with Uncensored, right? Because on just the three of them, it's just on. It's
yeah, I mean, it sounds great on paper. It looks great on paper,
but
and
how's it going to play
you
out in the
know,
field though? Can Julio stay healthy? That's the
yeah.
main question.
But I also like Hightower. I also like Watkins. I love Fulgham. So it's like if we bring in Julio, then that's less reps those guys get. Are we developing? Are we retooling? It's just a lot of
There's a lot of questions that need to be
things
asked
you
with this
got to
team.
look at. Yeah. So whenever I look at it, it's like I'm all up for it. Because like I said, that trio, man, would be beautiful to watch all season long if they stay healthy. It would
Exactly,
be
and I think
amazing.
Julio could
But
be also being one of those other veterans like Ryan Kerrigan could help, mentor these young wide receivers.
yeah,
And
yeah, like I said last week, dude, Kerrigan's Chris Long, so to speak. You know,
probably going to be even better.
yeah, yeah, no doubt. He should produce more than what Chris did for us, even though Chris did an excellent job.
Oh yeah, there's
But
no doubt.
I mean, he's there for the mentor role. He knows that. He didn't shy away from it. He wants to help people. He
And
wants
not
to
to,
help these kids
yeah,
build.
exactly. And not to mention that he decided he wants to stay in the NFC East compared to say going to Pittsburgh or Cincinnati. But
Oh,
he
I
just
love that. I love that.
say that's like I was just surprised by
If
like
I was Gannon, man, those two games, I would make sure they're the ones that he gets 100% snaps on.
exactly even
Both
against Washington.
Washington
I would
football
like to see him
games.
get his
Yeah,
102nd against Washington. That would be
yeah,
funny as hell,
that'd
and
be
just to see
awesome.
how they would react to that. But yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I can understand why. I see. I don't know because Washington is one of those teams that's like they have they have some great players on that roster, but it's the only thing that I don't like about them is their ownership.
I
That's the only
hate
reason
them
why.
because I hate them because my brother is a Washington fan, and he just makes sure to let it be known every year.
Oh
So,
yeah,
there's always been bad blood there because Eagles,
yeah.
me being an Eagles fan, him being Washington, he has to talk his shit. But, we always end up stomping their ass anyway for the
Oh
most
yeah.
part. So I don't ever get too worried about it. But,
Philly's in the chat.
I get tired of, yo, what's up, dude?
What's going on, Joe?
Hold
But
on.
yeah, I think, like you said, because I see, I don't know, because when I think of Ryan Kerrigan, I just remembered all the times that he's given us problems over like the last decade in the Washington Colors. But now the fact that he's wearing midnight green, it just makes it much more
It's a beautiful
bittersweet.
thing.
And the
It's a
fact that
beautiful thing.
he's now that we have a proper coaching staff, I feel like Ganner's going to get a lot more out of Kerrigan than people might think. He's going to even
Oh
get.
yeah, that was definitely a Gannon signing for sure, 100%. No, but as far as the Kerrigan thing goes, the day it broke, I asked my brother when he got home from work. I called him up and I asked him. I said, "Hey, what do you think about that?" And this was his only words: "Fuck you." So he was pretty upset about it. There's a lot of Washington fans that are upset about it, so that makes me happy
I
because
was
that
talking.
means you got a
I
good
was
one.
talking to one Washington fan, and they said the only reason why I think Kerrigan left because I think Chase Young's pretty much just took over his starting spot.
Montez Sweat and Chase
Yeah,
Young, man, they're
Yeah,
going to take a
exactly.
they have,
backseat to them.
yeah,
Both
they
of
have
those
way
guys
too
are
many.
premier defensive ends coming out, And when you have Montez Sweat and Chase Young, your reps are going down. I don't care how good you are, how much of a legend you are. Those two are amazing. So, it was bound to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be an interesting season to watch, and not to mention it's going to be bittersweet that we have Kerrigan and Midnight Green, repping the Birds. But I think overall, I think in my and I think we did a pretty good job, building this team, getting the pieces that we really needed. The only issue I see, and I've mentioned this in one of my videos, is the outside corner. That's the only knock I have on this team at this point, where this team is built.
Honestly, do you know why I'm not worried about that, dude? Because all this offseason you heard about how much Gannon was a cornerback guru, and what he did for Xavier Woods last year and all that shit. So, I mean, the way I look at it is if he's that good and we brought him here, then he should be able to even get, the best out of our number 2, whoever it is.
Yeah.
Even our number 3.
I think they should sign Gurnon Conley. That's the last roster move they should make.
Wait, who?
He's
No,
like
they
Gary
definitely should sign a corner. They definitely should.
Yeah.
But who?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's up to for us to predict. Because me and Mitch said we wanted Steven Nelson from Pittsburgh. That's just. I mean,
I
want
always wanted to give Ertz to Pittsburgh for fucking Stephon Gilmore.
I want Steven Nelson, but signing Joe Flacco to the incentives they did, I don't think that's going to happen now. I mean, they could sign him, but he has to sign on a bargain deal.
But I mean, if you're not getting anything for Ertz, then I say he remains on this team.
Because I mean, that's a whole Ertz situation is kind of nothing but like a debacle with this team, just with him.
Oh, dude, Ertz is my favorite, probably for a while, and I'm going to tell you this. I'm a dick about that situation. Like, if he doesn't want to play for us, that's fine, dude. You're good till the end of the year. You can sit out and take fines. But you're not playing against me. You're not going to play against me. Like I keep saying, dude, one bad year does not erase every good thing this man has done.
No.
It doesn't mean he's crap. Everybody can have one bad year.
I mean,
so
it happens.
You want to give up a fifth. You want to give up a fourth? Well, fuck you. We'll keep him and sit him. If he don't want to play, sit him, take the fines. It's rather us have him and fine him than us play against him and lose. I mean, that's the way I look at it. And he's a good piece to keep for Jalen, man. I think, he would be good to help him build. Yeah, he's up there in age, but that's what makes him good. He has the knowledge to help Jalen.
Exactly. I mean, because like it was like this, when Brett Selleck was here before he kind of called it a career, like because he passed it on to Ertz, and now I think once because I know we like Eagles on Center said we have Ertz at the end of the year. I feel like this is more time for Dallas Goedert to shine, and I feel like he's going to be one of those breakout guys that could actually earn a Pro Bowl and kind of not just a Pro Bowl, but kind of like multiple Pro Bowls over the coming years.
Oh, for sure. I agree with you, man. Dallas Goedert's going to be a beast.
Exactly.
It's going to be awesome. Thank God.
But we don't need to unleash him when we don't have to.
No, but I don't think we do.
If you have to sit him one more year behind Ertz, that's fine,
I wouldn't be too upset. I wouldn't be too upset about that.
The longer you'll be able to keep him around.
That's true.
That's the way I look at it.
Because I think with this team, I feel like we have a lot of guys that can break out. Like we said, Goddard's going to be one of them. For me, I think Josh Sweat's going to be one of the on the defensive side of the football is going to be a huge breakout.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one.
Avonte Maddox might break out this year.
All depends on how much he plays, man.
Yeah, exactly. That depends.
I don't know how much longer he has on his knees.
Exactly.
That's the only thing. But he's playing great football when he plays. That's for sure.
And that's the thing too. And I don't feel like we're ready. And that's the thing too. And Slay. I think it was either Slay or somebody that I've heard. Like if we started like one of the rookies, I feel like that's going to be another. I think it might be a disaster. Because I've mentioned, I don't know if Zach McPherson's going to be ready, and I feel like it's like I think set him out a year because I think he can learn a lot of things from like guys like Maddox or especially Darius Slay himself, and like because I think I don't know. That's just what my take on is. I
I think Obi's going to be CB2.
Ooh,
That's an
I like that.
Dude, honestly, think about it. Gannon loves his tall, long arm corners. Obi's 6'4", and I think he's got like a 74-inch reach. Like, he's huge. He's huge. That's like Gannon's thing right there. That's his centerpiece. Like, he's a huge dude. I can't wait. If he ends up being CB2, I can't wait to see him play. A 6'4" corner?
Who?
That's going to be crazy. Obi.
Obi Mananuefu.
Yep.
I'm not trying to pronounce his last name, dude, because I can't even get it close.
Yeah, that's the thing too. With like, it's like with Sue, like it's like you don't really want to butcher that, you know.
Yeah.
It's just like guys like I feel like this is going to be an interesting because I kind of feel like this team's going to turn a lot of heads because of what just basically of how we're built. Because at first I said I had a prediction of 7 to 9 games as their winning total. You know, just by with this current what they have when it comes to like either the wide receiver, I feel that's going to be I'm not going to say it's a surprise, but I think it will be, despite the fact that now they have Devontae Smith in there for competition. And I like and with this team, you know, I feel like they're going to be fun to watch again, you know, because of a whole new culture that Sirianni and his coaching staff are bringing in, you know, after that entire debacle of that culture that kind of just lost everybody basically. But I think, and that's the thing too, I kind of feel, and that's I'm trying to think. Somebody said about the veteran favoritism. I can't remember someone who said that, and I kind of just I kind of thought it over. It's just like shit. Now it's like. Now I can understand why people kind of were shitting on the Eagles because there's we had a shit ton of veteran guys that people, you know, obviously Doug Peterson were just, you know, heavily favoriting at that point in time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited to see Travis Fulgham this year.
Exactly, and this entire Travis Fulgham, this entire wide receiver core.
I'm not worried.
I'm not.
I just watched all those interviews, you know, from all the players here the last couple of days, and dude, they're so smooth. You know, you don't see a worry in their face. You know, they're all pretty calm, relaxed. The side of them we haven't seen in a while.
Exactly.
You know, they're all smiling, having fun. Yeah,
yeah,
you know,
I mean,
confidence is key, dude. You know, you might not be the most talented team in the world, but if you carry confidence and you believe in what you do,
I think you'll
really take you far.
Exactly, and people, and just, you know, just even like how Devontae Smith carries himself, he's got that confidence and work ethic. He just wants to, you know, he just wants to help.
Mm-hmm.
I just gotta say one thing. This is off topic, but whenever Robert says exactly, you got to take a shot because I'm telling you, I know it's a word, but he said it like how many times now?
I don't know.
I'll get started.
Yeah.
But no, dude, I've been saying it now for the last month or so. I'm expecting 10 or 11 wins.
Mm-hmm.
That's my take.
I think it's going to be 8.
Take, man. I'm going to stick to that take. 10 or 11. People call me crazy. Say what you want. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is.
And that's what I said too. Like at first I had went into 7 to 9, but then again I also said this team's going to surprise you with if they can win like say 10. I say 10 to 13 if you want to be bold with this team.
I don't know if I want to be that bold, but I'll go 11. That's
yeah, I mean 10 to 11 doesn't seem that. Maybe 10-7, 11-6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 11 wins is our what's it called? I would say like ceiling, and then
that's what I was saying.
That's why I got 8 or 9.
Like I said, man, the only reason I say that is because just watching the videos, feeling the vibes, you know, how the coaches are reacting with the players, how everything's going. You know, it's kind of hard not to believe it. You know, you can set your expectations high. You know, even if they win 8 or 9, I'll be happy. You know, because hell, that's better than 4. You know,
exactly.
But I still believe they have the potential to win 10 or 11 games.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, because just what we especially in this year's draft and what we grabbed or who we picked up in there, I feel like, and let's say next to 2 to 3 years could be very very difference makers. Because we all know that Devontae Smith is probably going to be one of those impact guys for us. Well, along with Ryan, and there's like other players too that could be very impactful.
There's one thing here that could change everything.
What's
that? Is Howie Roseman. I might make a video on this. I might. Howie Roseman has got to take a step back. He can't be on the coaches. That was a big gripe with Doug Peterson. With like everything. He wouldn't let Doug Peterson do anything. So Howie's got to take a step back and like, okay, I did my job in the offseason. I did finesse the New York Giants. We got Devontae Smith. So I did my job. I played chess. Checkmate. Now it's your turn.
Exactly.
I think
basically.
Yeah.
I got a real quick question for you.
Yeah.
Do you guys see Devontae Smith stealing away the offensive rookie of the year?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah,
I
definitely do think
like he stole the Heisman.
Yeah.
Exactly. Basically, it's like I think he can, because a lot of like veteran wide receivers are saying no. I think who was it? I think it was either Chad Ochocinco or somebody else saying that he was going to be offensive rookie of the year for the Eagles.
I think people are saying that because if you look at every other offensive rookie like Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, you look at Kyle Pitts, every single one of those players, and maybe other than Trevor Lawrence, probably because that's who's going to win, but every one of those guys, they have a player that can break out on their team. If you look at Devontae Smith's situation, there's not that many guys that really say, like, I popped you on offense. I know Miles Sanders and Dallas Goedert are going to steal some away from him, and maybe Jalen Reagor, but Devontae Smith has he's going to have a lot of touches on this offense other than the other offensive rookies. I think he'll play pretty good this year.
I think he will.
Now, what does he have to do to steal the offensive rookie of the year? Like, statistically, what does he have to do to get it over Trevor Lawrence? Because we all know Trevor Lawrence is probably going to get over 3,000 yards. He's probably going to get, a pretty good touchdown to interception ratio. So what does Smith have to do?
How many touchdowns are those going to Tim Tebow?
I think
I don't even want to answer that.
I don't think nobody wants to answer
that. He has to have.
I say over 1,000 yards.
13. He has to have at least 13 to 1,200 yards. I don't know. I don't know if he could do that, but that's how much he has to have. Thanks, Chico.
You think that's small? Man, I was thinking he'd have to have like 15 to 16.
He would have.
Yeah.
I say 15 or 1,600 yards. Because think about it this way, other than Jerry Michael was the last receiver we had had an over 1,000-yard receiver. So I think this is Smith's time to at least get over 1,000 yards, because it's been a very long time since we had a 1,000+ yard receiver.
Oh, dude, I have no doubt he'll get over 1,000. I mean, I have no doubt about that. I think he's going to be the first one in a long time.
Yeah.
Suns are up by 4 right now.
No, I'm confident. I think.
So am I. I'm just saying.
But yeah, I mean,
confident in that.
But yeah, I mean, I believe that's the thing too. I kind of just the Eagles on the sense. I think this team, like, I don't know, because I know everybody's been talking about us, Philly sports fans, kind of been talking about the Birds, and how much fun it's going to be fun to watch them. But it's just that, and that's the thing too. I feel like our corners is going to take another step forward now that they have Jonathan.
You think our corners or quarter? You said corners like Darius Slay?
No, I think everybody. I think everybody's going to take a step forward in their game with all this new coaching staff. Now that we have an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. The only thing that's the thing too. Like, who would you put as a say a kick returner or punt returner?
Adrian Killens.
Yeah, I was about to say Adrian. Kill him.
It's got to be Jalen Rager.
I could also see
For the
that.
kick return or the punt? Or both?
I mean, either. Actually, either or both.
I think they signed Killens to a 2-year deal because they want him to be like a punt returner / kick returner, something like that.
I don't want Devontae Smith running back. I think we're going to all agree on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I don't want him or Greg Ward playing that.
Only in the Meadowlands do I accept Smith returning the kick.
You know what? I cannot disagree with that right there. I would.
You didn't say the E word.
Just because I will want to see, it would just be funny to see these, how the Giants would react. Just think of, and not just playing that scenario in my head, running back for into the house at the Meadowlands or technically MetLife Stadium, basically, while playing the Giants. It's like I feel that's going to be like the most funniest things you could probably see. Now you had like Giants fans like Capizzo, who I think had the best freak out when it comes to the Giants fans when all this is said and done. When we stole Smith from them. Holy shit, I cannot speak.
I'll be honest. I think Tony fits their offense better than Smith, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I don't know. It's just what I'm just excited. I mean, it's hard to put into words at this point.
Hey, let me verify something real quick. That is no slap in the face to Deshaun Jackson.
No.
I respect that man 100%. But I'm just saying, if anybody else should pass on that torch and continue to carry it, it's Smith. And that's why I say only in the Meadowlands should you do that,
Yeah, because, the walk-off touchdown against the Giants, man, it was still one of the greatest memories, Eagles memories that I remember.
You know what my favorite Eagles memory is, Robert? I think I told you.
Oh, shit. Hang on a minute. Hey, sometimes I'm drawing a blank now.
You're drawing a blank?
Yeah.
4th and 26. That's all I gotta say.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, that's a good one.
I was there.
See, and I've never been to an Eagles game, so I don't know what the atmosphere is like.
Okay.
That's the only Philly sports that I'm missing.
I'm just going to tell you what happened to me when I was there. Okay? So for that, my dad used to have box seats. Hold on one sec. Let me. My dad used to have box seats. So for that game, it was covered in snow. The fans everywhere cheering, but right underneath us, like the box, and then you have people to the right. So when you're looking down, there was a bunch of Green Bay Packers fans. Like,
wait a minute.
I think I told you this.
Oh, yeah.
There was a bunch of us in the box throwing beer bottles at the Packers fans.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
Was so young. I missed. But I was like, damn.
Oh, my goodness.
And my dad was like, Mitch, we got to go. I'm like.
And this is what, like, I don't care how much hate we get. And as Jason Kelsey puts it, we're from Philly and we don't fucking care. Oh. That's just the thing with us. Like, no, let's say we got to keep that that fucking attitude. If you play a hard.
Listen, this is the way I look at it, man. Everybody has an opinion. Okay, now granted, there's the saying there is a stupid opinion, but really there isn't. Okay, everybody is entitled to their own opinion. Sure, some opinions are going to be wrong, some opinions are going to be right, but that's what makes sports amazing and great, is because even when they're right, they're wrong, and even when they're wrong, they're right. You know what I mean?
agree with AK on that statement.
Even they're New York Knicks fans. I mean, come on, we got to draw the line here.
I don't talk basketball, dude, because I have not watched basketball since Michael Jordan. So exactly. I'm out of the loop on this shit, dude.
Robert said it.
That's why I will not have a basketball channel. I'll let that to y'all.
I'm more of a variety.
A long time ago, man.
So me, I'm a variety when it comes to the main four.
It's basketball.
Oh yeah, I love baseball, dude. And
that's pretty much my view grabber at this point on my channel.
Well, you're Devontae Smith one.
Yeah, that one actually doing pretty well for me because that was what because it just thinking so since I mean one Devontae Smith video and the fact that it's like could he be the next 1,000-yard receiver if he can live up to the hype that he had at Alabama? Can he play? I think he can, live up to that hype that he had at Alabama.
Oh,
That's just my that's my kind of take on Smith himself.
Yeah. 100%.
And I've watched it and I've heard him say this too. Like if Jalen Wild didn't go down, he would have been the Heisman. He would won with the Heisman Trophy if Wild didn't get hurt. I think he said if Wild didn't get hurt, I might have to rewatch that. But that's kind of where he said, like because I think him and Wild were one of the best wide receiver duos. Well, at Alabama. I don't know because I really don't watch a lot of Alabama football.
I know. I'm a Michigan fan.
I'm not going to touch that one just because I think they're both going to be great.
Honestly. I think they are.
In their own way, they're both going to be amazing players, but I'm going to be biased because he's on my team, so I'm just going with
I think everybody's
I mean
look,
the truth. But honestly, if we would have picked
people said about Kwame Brown.
I wouldn't have been upset if Waddle was there and we would have grabbed him at 10 instead of Smith. If he wasn't at 6, I wouldn't have been mad at Waddle either because I think he is going to be good. I don't see many scenarios where he won't be. He kind of fits in almost everyone's scheme. So,
I mean, either way, it's still a win-win for us. So we already got the white. And not to mention that even before the draft, Smith's name has been tossed around with us. God, like so many times. It's hard to count of how many times they kind of paired him with us, basically. But another guy, I think, other than Smith and Waddle, that I would like to see that's probably Luka is going to be impactful is Penei Sewell for the Detroit Lions, in my eyes. And the fact that you have someone like him who's about 6'5", 6'6", 330 pounds, moving quickly that he does, really that does really help you strengthen that offensive line. And I've talked to Bengals fans too. They're kicking themselves in the rear end because their front office didn't want to take their needs, basically. That's just my take on.
Who the hell are you talking to? That's Cincinnati Bengals fans.
I know there are a couple of childhood friends of mine who, yeah.
What the hell?
Hey, look, I'm friends with anybody who loves different sports bases.
Even Cowboys fans?
Nope.
There you go.
I stay away.
Oh no, man, I agree with you, dude. I pride myself on knowing damn near everyone's starting lineup. All 32 teams. Whenever I talk football, I like to know everything about everyone. That way I can be in on it, not just be an Eagle, guy.
Yeah, not just focus on one team.
If somebody hops in and wants to know something about their team and how I feel about it, I can give them, exactly down to the player who it should be and,
Exactly. Because
Robert, you said it twice.
Well, yeah, I mean...
thank God I don't drink alcohol, but still.
Oh, you're actually, that's going to be a whole nother thing too. I might hit that on the net. But yeah, like I said, because like all of us, we're all fan of one team, but I think, and and Mitch, I think I told you the story about my grandfather when he was growing up. He actually liked the Cowboys growing up.
You didn't tell me that.
No. Okay, so the story was that when he was growing up as a kid, he loved the Cleveland Brown because he was like a casual football fan like all of us, but he had got like guys like Rodgers Staubach still in the league back then, with he told me and he's the only guy and because I love him to death, but he's growing up as a kid he was a Cowboy fan at heart because of Rodgers Staubach because that was one of his favorite players growing up. But he was like a casual football fan. He'll watch like the Browns, the Cowboys every now and again. Because that's from what he told me. I mean, I know it may sound stupid, but, that's kind of God, this was... Yeah, but that's just what he told me, what he liked, growing... Because he loved watching football as a kid, Doesn't matter if it was even though like I said, he was he liked the Cowboys, but like say, I mean, he's one of those guys. Even though he's family, that I don't follow him for that. I mean, that's the thing too. Like even me growing up, I had some favorite Cowboys growing up as well. Even though I was a Birds fan. You know, I had Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith
That's
was one of my
unacceptable in my eyes.
and like, that was just me. You know, because I had Emmitt
Still
Smith as one.
unacceptable in my eyes.
And look, that may be unessential to you, but for me, I enjoyed watching. I mean, look, Dallas had some good players over the years. For me, it was Emmitt Smith as a running back.
I don't. I hate talking about Dallas. It just makes
Thank
me feel.
you.
But just
this is your channel, bro. So I'm gonna let you do your spill. But
even now, you know,
It's kind of my podcast as well, so I can roast some of this.
yeah, that's true. But this was when I was a kid, because this is where I started kind of getting into football a little bit. Because I remember I was collecting football cards left and right. I think I had Smith's rookie card. I don't know where the hell happened to that.
I have Williams rookie card. I don't know how I got
bro,
that.
listen, I understand Emmitt Smith was amazing, but fuck him.
Exactly, and like now looking back, that's what I'm saying. I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. This is back when I was a kid. You know, when people started talking shit on each other. But nowadays, I wouldn't mind. You know, trashing Emmitt Smith and like all the other teams. That's the kind of the point I was trying to get to.
Yeah,
Do you guys remember when he played on the Cardinals?
Oh my God! Don't even get me started. God, you're talking about highway robbery with that bullshit. That was the most bullshit thing I ever saw.
This is how I look at it. If you like any Cowboys players at all, you're a fake Eagles fan in my eyes.
What is like though? Because like I said,
if you're a fan of any
I have
Cowboys
to
players,
I have to give Emmitt Smith his props, but fuck him. He was a Cowboy. He was good.
No, definitely.
He was good, but fuck him. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, no, I respect for what they do on the field, but they're Cowboys.
Exactly.
That's what I
said. Yeah, that's what I said. Respectfully, as a human being and as a player, what he did on that field, props.
Yeah,
awesome. But
James,
you played for Dallas, so you don't get my respect. You know what I mean?
No, you don't.
I respect you as a person and as a player, but I don't.
For the team that you play for, you can go fuck yourself, basically.
Exactly.
Just because you had that
stupid fucking star. Yep, that is the most annoying thing in the world, man.
But my favorite all-time football memory this was before me when T.O. went, put the, kind of just disrespected the Dallas Star when he was with the 49ers. Was it with the 49ers? I think it was with the 49ers. I thought that was like the most funniest shit possible. And look, and I love T.O. You know, he was, even though he was kind of a drama queen here and there.
No,
is he a Hall of Famer now?
T.O. Listen, man, he's misunderstood. Okay, he talked a lot of shit, but what made T.O. great is he backed everything the fuck up he said.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Definitely.
I never liked what's it called, Donovan McNabb as a player.
Yeah,
and
that's
how people disrespect T.O. when T.O. backed up everything he said. Yeah. But Donovan McNabb cost us a Super Bowl, but people still respect him. I don't know how that works.
I don't get it either.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, if he came out and said he was getting 200 yards on you and 2 touchdowns, he was gonna fucking do it. Yeah, like, if he said it, he was doing it. You know, and whenever he hurt his leg, I remember watching that because you know what? In 2005, I was probably 17 at the time. Jesus Christ, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not doing the math anyway. But I remember watching that, and when T.O. went out like the last game before the playoffs with that knee injury or ankle injury, I mean, he was like, "No, I'll be back in time." He's like, "If we get to the Super Bowl, I will play." And I remember sitting there, I'm like, how? You know, I was like, come on, man.
He played.
Motherfucker was there. And he
I think he also played with
a fucking killed it, dude. And he wasn't even 100%. And he
wasn't it when he broke his leg?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I never remember that.
Chamber to get his bones to heal faster and shit. And he was probably like 85% during the Super Bowl. And he fucking killed it. I was like, dude, if he was even 95%, we would have won that game.
Yeah, definitely.
We would have.
It's like,
That
looking back, it's crazy now. Like, Tio, who broke his leg, try to get it as quickly healed as possible. It's like, what am I watching?
He did it in like a month, dude. In a month, he was back on. I was like, what? No
There's
way.
no way that he did that. Because that's more like superhuman stuff. That's like superhuman healing.
Dude,
but yeah,
and that's why I respect those players too, because you know what? The torment and the torture that those players put their bodies through in the early 90s and the early 2000s compared to what our players put themselves through now, so to speak. Like, you know what I mean? Like, injury-wise, dude, back then they were able to play through injuries. And granted, the NFL let them at the time. We don't let them anymore. But, you know, I don't know if players these days would be willing enough to play through what, you know, Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman and all them, you know, Cunningham, you know, I'm just going through the list here. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone who's ever been injured, you know, I don't see them doing that. And, you know, that's why I admire them because, you know, there were players that played with broken toes, you know. Now you sit out 2 weeks with turf toe. It's like, what?
It's like, where, like, did we just? Because I think because back then, like, any injury you had, you'll show like how tough you can be.
Broken noses, man. How many times did you see the Bears defense out there with broken noses playing?
I remember that.
Dudes in the NBA do the exact same thing. Like, not right now, but I'm talking about like the 90s.
Like, say 10, 15 years ago, man.
Michael Jordan always used to he played on broken injuries and stuff, and he still went out there and balled out. I don't know how that happened.
So that's why I respect the OGs, man, because the shit they put their bodies through to entertain us. And the thing about that, dude, they did all that just to fucking entertain us. Like, that's
insane.
Props.
It really is, man. It's like I don't know, because it's like, I just find it just makes me shake my head in just absolute amazement of how much pain, you know. And you probably know after the game is over, or whatever the game is over, like they're going to be hurting for a while. And I can imagine Tio's leg. So I could imagine how Tio's leg was feeling after that Super Bowl game. I could imagine. Yeah. And look, I mean, I've suffered injuries myself, and I played them through. And it's like, it's not once the game is over, it's not easy to get that same feeling back. Because at the time, because I had adrenaline rushing, so I couldn't feel the pain. Because you get that adrenaline rush. But once that wears off, like, I was never the same after that. But yeah, I mean,
I just want to ask this really quick.
What's up, Mitch?
For all quarterbacks in the NFC East, rate them from 1 to 4. Like, who's the best? Who's the worst?
1.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
You're really going to do this to me.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm going to do this on Tuesday for the Eagles Roundtable. So.
Oh, okay. So, what's the best for the worst? Well, does it have to be all in the end? You said the NFC East, right?
NFC East, yes.
Okay.
And the Suns are up by 11.
Okay. Let's see.
I still got Lakers in 6.
God damn it, that's tough.
I'm going last.
All right. Biasism is setting in, so I apologize, but it's Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Fitzpatrick, and Danny Dimes. There you go.
That's exactly what I had. Oh,
I know my bias is kicking in now. Now, if you want, all right. Now let me erase the Eagle biasness in me real quick. All right. Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Danny Dimes. But biasism, you know how I stand.
Yeah.
And the only reason I give it to Dak is he's played 4 years compared to Jalen's 4 games. Other than that, blah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't argue. And that's the thing too. Like, also, I think with Jalen, I think that was last year it was a short sample size, but I think, like you said, the biases aside, I think. See, the only thing I feel like with Dak that's getting held back is just like it's kind of they don't win as much. Well, actually, I might be wrong with that. I mean, they can win games, but I don't think they can do much. And God, how am I going to explain this?
What
Christ.
was it? 2 years ago, man, they were 7-1. They lost Ezekiel Elliott. They ended the season 7-9. If you are an elite quarterback, when you are 7-1, if you lose your halfback, you do not go 7-9. Okay, Dak is not as good as what people think he is.
I'll be right back.
Just saying.
I mean,
He has 3 number 1 wide receivers. Okay, let's not bullshit a bullshitter
No.
here. He has 3 number 1 wide receivers. He has an excellent halfback. Still a decent O-line. They're not what they used to be, but they're
and a
not
decent
worst.
defensive line.
Tight end, pretty decent. Not what they were. Still decent. He has weapons, okay? The only question of that whole thing is their defense. All right, that's it. Now, they stacked up on linebacker, but linebacker is only going to get you so far. I mean,
Exactly, basically, because like
So-
us, we have 2 decent ones, and
when you put pressure on Dak Prescott, he tumbles. We've all seen it.
I mean, we've seen it for years, for the
we've
first
seen
4
it.
years.
Yes, to where I can't sit there and say that from what I saw from Jalen in his 4 games that he's going to be like that. His upside outweighs his negative, especially with the things that you see him doing when he was just thrown into the fire and he had no idea that he was not supposed to be in there. He was not supposed to start. No one expected him to be there. No one expected him to start.
And
we
the
thought
fact
this was Carson Wentz's team for the next 10 fucking years. Okay,
definitely, and not to mention like when he got thrown in the fire against the Saints and wind up beating them in the end. Like,
yeah, you know, so he did an excellent job. So it's like, dude, his upside is going to be amazing as long as he keeps the work ethic that he has, and his football IQ is ridiculous. So he's willing to learn, and as long as he keeps that willingness to learn as well, and he's coachable, dude, sky's the limit for the kid. So
and
he
not to
can pass
mention
Dak. He'll be past Dak this year if he does what I expect him to do.
even better.
Which is pretty much what Carson Wentz did, if not better, his second year. This kid is going to.
It's
sky's
basically,
the limit, man.
yeah, exactly. Sky's the limit.
Because he's willing to be taught. You know, that's where Carson Wentz failed. He got to where he wanted to be, and then he thought he was too good for everyone else. He didn't want to listen to anyone else, so he didn't listen.
Yeah.
I don't see Jalen Hurts being that way. Even if he wins the Super Bowl, Jalen's going to sit there and be like, what do I have to do to get better? He's going to ask everyone around him. He's going to communicate. He's going to talk because that's just who he is. He's not above the team and he's not above anyone else.
He is who he is. Before him, based in terms of, and that's why I think
what's going to make him succeed.
Even though veterans, like, you know, are kind of, you know, taking, you know, a kind of appreciating his leadership, like his lead by example mentality.
Yeah.
You know who he reminds me of? Like coming when it came to like through like college and stuff, and like the way they're gonna the way they both got developed. I think Russell Wilson. I'm not saying that their careers are gonna be like alike, but Russell Wilson coming into the NFL draft in his class, he didn't have the biggest arm. He was a good runner. He could scramble. He could do all the little things. He's coachable. He was a good kid. He worked very hard. Jalen Hurts, in that aspect, I think you can compare the two. They don't have big arms. Hurts, he's a leader. He can win you games when he wants to, and he has a good character. I think that aligns with Russell Wilson.
Okay.
I think Eagles Uncensored might be a little bit frozen.
Oh, I was.
What's that?
Yeah, you're a little bit frozen. You froze up a little bit.
No, he's been compared to Russell Wilson, and that's a good comparison, honestly. But did you see that throw against Dallas to Deshaun? Dude, that
you froze.
Oh my God.
You probably,
Yeah.
you probably should
He
even come
threw
back.
that shit with no effort, dude. Like, imagine if he would have actually stepped into that ball and released it. He's got an arm. He's just not showing it, dude. Seriously, it's there because he did not step into that throw. If he would have, dude, that ball would have been at least 20 more yards downfield.
Dude,
Easy.
his fade ball is so good. I think in a couple of years, he might have the best fade ball in the NFL. I love how he throws the ball down the sideline.
Yeah, well, Gates, he did that breakdown, you know, and in college I watched it, and they said his deep balls were awesome. Jalen Hurts' deep balls in college, he had a great completion percentage downfield, so he can throw it deep and well.
I mean, like, I mean, at this point, from what I saw, like, he looked even what I saw, what he looks like in OTAs. I feel like he doesn't look like he's satisfied of where he wants to be. Like, he's even more hungry. Does
he look bigger to you? By the way,
he looks like he put a little bit. Yeah, put a little bit more pounds on him, especially his arms are. And Jalen Hurts, like, his arms are bigger.
Like he looks like he's gained more.
He's a little bit bigger.
His neck looked bigger. His shoulders looked a little bigger.
His shoulders, arms, and his neck are a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
that's why I think he's had such a good arm. Like, and not many people notice it because of how strong he is. He has a solid arm.
He's small. I mean,
even like one game, like he knows how to give a big hit when he. I think that was towards the end of the season where he laid a big hit on somebody. Like, for a guy who was...
you mean on the Cardinals when he got into the end zone?
Yes,
that was Patrick Peterson, I think.
Like, I think it was Peterson, but I think that's like it's insane to me. Was he what is here? Hurts about 6'2", 6'3" for his size.
I thought he was shorter than that.
He looks shorter, but I don't know because
he's
I don't know.
He's 6'1", I think.
6'1",
and 6'1" and lays a big hit on Peterson's. Like,
6'1" still short for a quarterback, though.
Yeah, because I think really quarterbacks now are like 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence is
6'5", almost 6'6", basically.
Yeah,
Carson Wentz is 6'5". Yeah, Carson's 6'5". Flacco's 6'5".
And Ben's 6'5" as well for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Ben.
And that's the thing too. Like, how much longer do you think Ben's going to have with the Steelers? Because at this point, I say at least.
Oh, this is his last year.
This is his last year. The team around him, I don't think it's going to go very far. And I'll be honest with you, I think they're finishing bottom of the division this year in the AFC North.
The reason they brought him back is they have no one right now to fill his shoes. I mean, Mason Rudolph, yeah, he's okay, but I think Ben can win more games right now than Mason can. So
yeah.
And then who was the other one that they had?
Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins. They had this time.
Yeah, never mind then. You're ready to. You might as well just go with Ben at that point.
Yeah, I mean, even though.
I think they signed Dwayne Haskins the day we signed Nick Sirianni to his deal as the head coach.
To be honest, that was a wasted sign in my opinion, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean. And that's the thing, too. This is why I think I have huge faith in the Sirianni and his coaching staff. Not to mention that he's I mean, this is kind of like beating around the bush a little bit. Like, there's a new culture coming in. It's like basically it's like a total cleanse, a culture cleanse. Like, see, not to mention he's familiar with Shane Steichen when he was with the Chargers at one point. So at least having him as an offensive coordinator. And I think I'm trying to.
The Chiefs. He was with the Chiefs too.
Yeah, he's with the Chiefs too. But I'm just trying to because one of my buddies said, actually no, I'm sorry, my buddy Brandon Lab. He's one of the he also does a sports podcast called JAB Sports Talk. He told me that I think Steichen would be a perfect fit, be a perfect OC. Next day it happens. We get Shane Steichen to be our offensive coordinator for Nick Sirianni. No,
some of my buddies were talking about this the other day. They said who would be a better The Lions signed Dan Campbell as their head coach in Detroit, and we signed Nick Sirianni to be the Eagles head coach. They said that Dan Campbell would be a better head coach because of his leadership skills, and since they like to win in the trenches, Campbell would have played as a better head coach for the Eagles.
Well, that would be remain to be seen. Depending on how well well, we have all speculations on what this coach is like, but that has to be put onto the football field and how the team performs.
I'm quite okay with what we got.
Actually, I'm pretty happy because now we have a proper coaching staff.
To bite nobody's kneecaps on the way up.
But yeah, it's I think having a guy who knows how, and also especially as an offensive head guy, and not to mention that we actually have finally have an offensive coordinator to help run the offense, and a defensive coordinator who knows what the hell they're. And Jonathan, even though Jonathan Gann is probably one of, I thought it was a pretty nice pickup for the Eagles for the defensive coordinator spot.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, everybody's just being too rough on Nick.
No, I'm not.
I mean,
I
don't mean you. I mean the media outside of us.
Oh yeah, the media
outside of us. I listen. We don't know what it's like to be a first-time head coach in a Philadelphia Eagles organization. I mean, are you shitting me? Do you know who the fuck we are? I mean,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Robert,
this is not fucking Indianapolis. This is not fucking Chicago. This is not Detroit. This is not.
We have expectations here.
Fucking Philadelphia, man. I would be the most nervous motherfucker on that stand for the first couple of months myself.
He was presser. He knew how nervous he was.
Oh yeah, dude.
I mean, I can say, he's
I can't. Listen, the moment those cameras turned on, the first thing that popped into his brain before his mouth opened up is, I can't fuck this up. Instantly.
rock,
that.
paper, scissors?
Dude, whatever.
It is, but look,
if the motherfucker comes out here and wins 8, 10 to 11 games, I don't give a fuck if he played rock, paper, scissors or not.
Yeah,
that's exactly when he plays rock, paper, scissors and he hasn't done anything.
If he plays rock, paper, scissors and we win 11 games, he fucking did something right. Let's keep doing it. That's the way I feel.
Definitely.
Dude, the media is actually starting to really piss me off. It's football.
And that's the thing too with the media. They're all against us.
They're worse than us, dude. Honestly, they're worse than us. I mean,
I thought we were bad.
At this point, the way they harassed Wentz, the way they crammed him and crushed him, we all sat back. We're like, okay, yeah, it fucking sucks. And, we were kind of thrown into the middle of it, and but they crushed him way worse than we did. I mean,
because they took a whole lot of context out of that. They just blew it out of proportion.
Yeah, they're harsh.
Blowing the Aaron Rodgers situation so out of proportion.
It looks like
organization. It's not even Aaron Rodgers. They think it's Aaron Rodgers. It's the organization and them doing bad things. And then the media wants to just get clickbait and clicks.
Exactly. Definitely. It's I couldn't said that better myself, because the media now they just want to get their clicks in, whatever story they're given, they're trying to run with it and try to blow it out of proportion as the best they can. And that's why sometimes I don't trust the media because they're too slimy at times in terms of the way that they present things. When in actuality, the way that we present things is a little bit different than what they would, especially with don't get me started with ESPN. That's a whole other ballgame right there.
Dude, Rodgers is out here living his life, and
definitely
he hasn't said a single word this whole entire offseason.
I want everybody to realize something right now. Aaron Rodgers does not need the NFL.
No.
I just want to make that very clear to
the
everyone
NFL needs
right
him
now, because this is the way I'm looking at it. He probably makes just as much on his fucking commercials than he does in a year of playing football. Okay? He makes money in endorsements. He makes money playing celebrity programs like golf things, showing up to those. What is his new Jeopardy? He's going to be doing Jeopardy.
Yeah, he's got Jeopardy.
And once he retires, dude, if he can do Jeopardy full time, he's going to make more money doing Jeopardy than he ever made in the fucking NFL.
$4 to $5 million, I think he's making in Jeopardy.
Yeah. So it's like, first off, he doesn't need the NFL. He could retire tomorrow, walk away, and be perfectly fucking fine. So no one's threatening him. No one is making him nervous. No one is. He's fucking Aaron Rodgers.
Like,
Exactly.
Let's be honest. He's fucking Aaron Rodgers. What's he got to worry about?
Secondly, what does he have to lose? Like, he's got nothing to lose.
Why do you think he hasn't said a singular word this?
Because he knows. I kind of feel like he knows, like, you know, because like it's like, okay, so you want to, you know, play with me? I'll just see. I don't know how. It's hard to explain why he hasn't said a word. Because I feel like Aaron Rodgers is not one of those. I feel like Aaron Rodgers is not vocal about these stupid situations. In my eyes, that I've seen what he can.
Yeah, but I'll be honest with you. I think Rodgers and the Packers should separate sides. I think they aren't a good match for each other. And if you trade Rodgers when you can, you got to pull the trade, just like the Eagles did with Wentz. We didn't want Wentz gone, but it was the best trade for both sides.
It's the best word we're going to get in order to.
Ertz.
And Ertz too. Like,
I am so tired of fucking hearing people talk about how he has not had a team around him. And when I say this, I mean Aaron Rodgers. Okay?
I mean, Aaron Rodgers has
just been to 2 championship games back to back. Okay? You don't go to championship games with a shitty fucking football team. Okay? You don't. Okay? So I'm so tired of hearing the media like blow this up. Oh, they need to give him weapons. What fucking more does he need? If anything, he needs defensive help. He doesn't need offensive help.
Exactly. Definitely.
Fine.
He
doesn't need a wide
That was the only issue with Green Bay's the defense. He had a lot of offensive weapons.
Yeah, you know, okay, yeah, you want to give him a number 2 wide receiver, fine, I understand that, because Valdez-Scantling isn't consistent, you know, and the other guy isn't consistent, you know, and you put a lot on Devontae Smith, but you know what? Valdez-Scantling shows up when he needs to. He's not always there, but he shows up when he needs to. So does the other guy. They do enough. Yeah, they're a threat enough to keep Devontae doing what he does, you know, and you got Jones in the backfield, you got Aaron Rodgers, and then you got Runyon at tight end, who ended up being a beast last year. You know, like, you got all these guys, man. Don't fucking sit here and bullshit me about him not having fucking weapons. He has fucking weapons.
And Barnes says they keep building around Rodgers. That's basically what you that's what kind of in the nutshell of how you explained it there.
Yeah, you can't go to the fucking championship game 2 years in a row.
Yeah, exactly. Without, you know,
with a shitty team. I mean, if you're going to sit there and tell me, granted, I will admit, you take Aaron Rodgers off this team, they go nowhere. They will be at the bottom of that fucking division very quickly. Now, he does make that big of an impact, but he has enough weapons to get there. They need defensive help.
Definitely.
I feel like the Packers organization knows that they have to keep Rodgers because they know Jordan Love is not ready. He is not ready.
He's a project, dude, and 1 year is not long enough to fucking have him.
I say 2 to 3 years with just keep, and at least 2 to 4 if you're lucky with Jordan Love at best.
And let's be honest, dude, do you really want to be the new GM that comes in the Green Bay and fucking trades Aaron fucking Rodgers?
I wouldn't.
Do you want that shit on your fucking resume? Are you shitting me? That's going to be your legacy. The moment you fucking die, the man who traded Aaron Rodgers.
Like, and not to mention the fact that, Green Bay will, and the fans will have your head for that too. Kind of how, it's like,
he's a god in Wisconsin, man. He's a fucking god.
Exactly. I'm having my fingers crossed. please don't be that one guy that just fucks it up for the entire Green Bay Packers. You do not want that on your conscience or even on your resume, like you said. You know, like I was like, because you just don't want to.
No, that shit's going on his gravestone, bro. But there's one thing I have to tell you.
Aaron Rodgers has to his name. That's how much he's good.
But I will tell you this. There's one thing that someone told me one time, and it always resonates with me. Everybody thinks QBs have big fucking egos. If you think QBs have big fucking egos, think about what the GMs and owners have. Their egos are fucking way bigger because they're the ones that hold all the cards and all the money. So that GM's ego right now, dude, his balls are hanging on the floor. You know, he's got Aaron Rodgers. He can do whatever the fuck he wants with him. And that's the scary part. Their egos are way bigger than Aaron Rodgers because they feel no matter what, they're right. So if he trades him, in the end, he's going to say, I wasn't wrong, even though he definitely is fucking way wrong.
But yeah, it's just like, because you don't want to be that one. It's like trade Aaron Rodgers, and like you said, they're going to go to the bottom just like that in a snap of a finger.
Oh, and not just that, but he was also the reigning MVP when you fucking traded him. Let's add that fucking on there as well.
Oh, that just makes it that just makes it even worse just to even think about it.
Right?
Like,
how can you trade away the reigning MVP who got you to 2 fucking back-to-back championships and he already has a Super Bowl? How can you trade him?
I see.
I also think the Packers organization, Aaron Rodgers, I think he thinks like he likes Jordan Love. He likes him as a kid and like he can be tough and stuff, but like Rodgers doesn't want the Love to have the same situation that he and Favre did. So that's why he's probably enticing things.
There was no love. There was no love between Favre and Rodgers.
Mm-hmm. Favre hated
none. Favre fucking hated Rodgers, man. Oh,
exactly, definitely. And I remember that. I remember that thing pretty well. And Favre, I think Favre actually came out a couple of times saying, like he didn't like the way that the Packers were handling this.
Oh, dude, he straight up said, "I'm not training this guy." Like he straight up said, "I will have nothing to do with his growth." Like, exactly. If he grows, it's on his own. I'm not doing it. I'm not helping him. Like, he straight up was like 100% against it. And then he demanded that trade the year after, and that's when he went to Minnesota.
And then after that, he came unretired and went back to the Jets. I was like, man.
Yeah, so, no.
We don't need that again.
Me, there's no love in between there with Rodgers and Love. Like, he might help him maybe a tiny bit. But trust me,
this is going to be like the Favre and the Rodgers situation.
Football. Yeah, he wants to play football. He don't want to lose his job. Aaron Rodgers still wants to play for another 5 years. He ain't trying to lose it to some 23-year-old kid. Like, no. And let's be honest, he's got an ego. Aaron Rodgers has got a huge fucking ego. And him losing his job would just
that'll just set him over.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would have to agree.
No, you go.
No, I was just gonna say I would have to agree.
Yeah. So, Robert, it's up to you, but we're closing in here on an hour and a half.
Yeah. So, do you guys any final remarks before I end today's episode?
Mitch? Wait. Have we talked about KJ Wright today?
In the beginning, remember I said KJ Wilson by accident?
I wasn't here.
Even Barnes said, yeah, he has a gigantic ego.
Yeah, he does.
And we all know that. Like, I mean, even with the Favre and Rodgers, and I think Favre had an ego of his own as well back then.
Once I said though, he's fucking Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, he's the god of Wisconsin. Like, you really can't. If you trade him away, you're fucked. He's
the only one in the NFL other than Tom Brady you can truly look at and say, well,
maybe Patrick Mahomes, but he's still rising as a star. But yeah,
no.
When it comes to
you can't. you can't put Pat Mahomes in that category yet.
Not yet, anyway.
You're talking about dudes that have been playing for 15 years plus. Like, no, not yet.
Because
He's the rising. He's the caliber for his generation.
we're talking
he's
about guys in the
standard.
past, like
But
you got
in the past, no, he does not earn the respect of Aaron Rodgers. Even though Aaron has one Super Bowl, and so does Pat, he's still done a lot more than what Pat has done so far. I can't do that. That's just disrespectful in my eyes. I can't.
this is why I mean, Eagles. This is why I can. And look, like you said, Pat Mahomes is the rising star for this generation. But for me, I like the quarterbacks when I was growing up. I mean, guys that like you said, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. God, there's I'm losing a few others.
You guys going that era of like Brett Favre and how he played.
Definitely, because
I mean, I love it.
Yeah, I mean that was a really good, period of NFL football. Like, I mean, like no matter what injury you had, and you'll see players playing like with the torn, like we said, like T.O. with a broken. Was it a broken shin?
For who?
T.O. in 2005. Can't remember.
Was it the Super Bowl?
I think it was the Super Bowl. I can't remember.
It was. He broke it in week 16. It was like 14 or 16.
He broke it.
Yeah, it was like late in the season. It was like week 14 or 16, and we were going crazy at the time. And he was like, "Hey, we get to the Super Bowl, I'll be there." And he fucking was. And I think it was his shin. I'm pretty sure. Because I remember the guy went to tackle him, and he rolled him funny, and that was it.
Yeah, I saw the clips. I was like, it just makes you want to grab your shin because it's that. And then another guy that I've actually enjoyed watching over time was this year and like the last couple of years was Alex Smith and the shit that he had to go through. Like Alex Smith is one of those guys that's like, yeah, I mean, even though that's God, I still remember that 2005 NFL draft, how crazy that was. It's like you're taking Smith over number 1 overall, but then you let someone like Aaron Rodgers drop to the Packers, 25th, 27th, somewhere around that range.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs was the Niners. I think they did that because they were in like a stage of like they knew how good the Alex Smith was, and both quarterbacks were side by side and next to each other. No one knew Rodgers was going to be that good, and they thought Smith was a little better.
This is the thing that I love that no one brings up, and I don't understand why. But I remember whenever we drafted Carson Wentz in 2015.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember when Howie came out on that podium and he sat there and said, "We moved up and gave everything away because we feel over the next 5 years that these two quarterbacks will be the best quarterbacks to come out over the next 5 years." What the fuck was this man looking at?
Pretty much nothing. And the funny thing is,
I ask that question because the year after Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Kyler Murray. Who else am I missing here?
Daniel Jones, Dwayne Haskins.
No,
that's blasphemous.
but you know what I'm saying. We've had multiple quarterbacks that have came out here and have been way more successful than both Jared Goff and Carson Wentz. So it's like, what the fuck were you looking at over the next 5 years? My ass, like that right there should make people scratch their heads.
And the ironic part is one of the picks that they traded away was that could have been used on Deshaun Watson.
Watson, yeah,
exactly.
Actually, there's the one I left out.
Yes, and what's funnier is that what's it called? Carson Wentz and Jared Goff were like ranked 9 and 10 or 11, something like that. They were like not bottom of their class when it comes to just like pure talent through the top 10. They were like 9 or 10, something like that.
But I just love how everyone shoved that under the rug. Like no one brings up that press conference that day.
I still remember that. I still kept that in the back of my head after that.
Oh, dude, I think about that all the fucking time. I think about
what were you looking at?
Because it was like, dude, I get it. Okay, what you saw on Carson Wentz, what if he wouldn't have got injured in 17? Who knows? Who fucking knows? But
definitely
the fact that you say on that podium, over the next 5 years, these are the two best to come out. And then you see what happens in the next 5 years, and you realize that's complete load of shit.
And,
you have to wonder, what the fuck were you looking at?
and this is why I think that's where I think that's where the hate for Howie Roseman got stemmed from. I might be wrong on that. Don't quote me on that, but that's where I think most of that hate would have stemmed from, is from that draft alone. Because like you,
I think started when we drafted guys like J.J. Arcega-Whiteside over a guy like DK Metcalf, and then you
don't get me started on
that. Well, that was just the icing on the cake at that point. I mean, because DK was the year after Watson and stuff, so they were already pissed off because of Watson and all this shit, so. Just skipping on DK kind of put the icing on the cake right there. And then whenever you skip Jefferson the year after, that's just like, all right, dude, now we're fucking up. Yeah.
And that's the thing too. I could imagine this team, like say we didn't have Hurts and like people we could have had like Watson, DK, Justin Jefferson. I mean, who knows? Like the skies would limit with those guys that we could have had potentially drafted.
Dude, if you look at 2016, what was it, 2017 or something like that, the Eagles, and not many people remember this, but the Eagles drafted Derek Barnett over.
Yep. I remember,
White. They drafted him over Marshawn Lattimore, and they drafted him over Marlon Humphrey. 3 top 25 corners in the NFL that they passed up because they wanted a guy that was developmental, and he really hasn't done that. He's done a good things for here and there, but he hasn't done that much like those guys. You wouldn't even have to be talking about corner right now.
You don't. And it's the same thing with when, like you said, when we took Arcega-Whiteside over DK, and still looking back at it, I say, what the fuck what are you looking at? Like, not to mention that DK almost was trying to run for the, run track for the Olympics too. It's like, I was like,
dude, I don't see how you could see a physical specimen like that and pass on him. Like that in my eyes is just like
that's blasphemous. But at this point,
dude, if we try,
I mean, that's the best way you
can now.
Dude,
wait, what was what?
If we were at 6 and Kyle Pitts slipped to us and we passed on him, I don't even know if
I don't know about that. I don't know how to feel about that because we already have a potential Pro Bowler and tight end in Dallas Goedert for years to come, and the fact that we really don't need another tight end. Well, I might be wrong on that because what do we have? Ertz for one more year, if I'm not mistaken, on this deal.
Come on now, Robert. That's Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is one of those generational talents that you don't know how.
Yes, I get that, but the fact that
that's not going to happen, so no point in this.
Wait, what about Kyle Pitts? I'm sorry, I was like,
he was just saying about it. Theoretically, if we would have stayed at 6,
it would take Kyle Pitts at 6.
But theoretically,
he wouldn't
there's
even
no
have
point
slipped
talking about it because it didn't happen.
So. There's no need to talk about it. You're right. There's no need.
Exactly. I mean, look, we got the guy that.
Please.
Hey, look. Well, like I mentioned earlier.
Thank God I don't drink alcohol.
Hey, I got alcohol at home.
Is that 20?
I wanted it so bad. I
have no disrespect for. I mean, Kyle Pitts. I mean, like you say, he might be a generational talent, but I think we got the guy that we needed because, God, we had so many.
Honestly, if we were at 6, I would take Jamar Chase.
That's what everybody was talking about too. But
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
We got the guy that we wanted.
Did here for an
Speaking
hour
of Bert,
and 40.
Man, if he survives June 1st, I expect him to be on this team.
Who?
Ertz. If he survives June 1st, I expect him to be here.
Yeah, I agree.
What is the second round of cuts?
Huh?
Is there a second round of cuts or is there only one?
I have no idea. I'm going to have.
I think I would.
It all depends. It all depends on what the roster size will be. If they make
Actually,
it
that's
60,
just not a bad.
yeah. If they make it 60,
Okay.
who knows? If they make it 58, who knows? 56, who knows?
We'll have to wait and
I don't
see.
know.
I
Yeah,
think
it
I
will
would
all
have
depend
to
on that.
disagree with AK because I feel like if the Eagles are
Who's
looking
AK?
at if
I
they
don't
can
see no
trade
AK.
Eagles uncensored or Eagles, I'll just say that.
All right.
EU,
Or
I'll call it
EU
that.
for short.
I was gonna say, I feel like the Eagles want to trade or during training camp when a player gets injured, and then he could be like a replacement, and then maybe the value might go up, and you might get a lot.
That's a big if, though, man.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a big if
Big
because
if.
we're not doing on-field things like we used to. Yeah, we're doing on-field things, but it's not as extensive as what it used to be. They're doing a lot more virtual and stuff now too, so they're not putting as much strain on them. So if no one gets injured and he's not tradable, then at that point you keep him.
You
Yeah, at
know,
least.
you know how I can I
People
might have
pull Kawhi
to
Leonard.
that because you know the Bengals don't have an indoor facility, and that also doesn't help that they don't really have the best of tight ends. So if one of their tight ends gets injured, and since they don't have an facility, they might get Ertz because
I
a player
say
might
Ertz will go to Carolina.
Hey,
And look,
and I'm fine with that, man, as long as they come off a second or a third. And they are
And-
not getting him for a fourth or a fifth. I'm sorry. It ain't going to
And,
fucking happen.
Mitch, is that
At
what
least in
you-
my eyes, I would not do that. He's
Mitch, is
worth
that
a
what-
second or a third.
Hey,
So,
Mitch.
no, unless you're getting fair compensation for him, he's not going anywhere.
Hey, Mitch, quick question. Did you say you wanted to trade Ertz for like a second or a third round pick in one of your videos?
I said that I would take him for a bag of chips. I'll take him for water bottles. I'll take him for Fortnite V-Bucks.
Hey.
What else do you want?
Nah, I think Ertz is
No.
way more reliable on a team just for a bag of chips.
Dude,
Trust
like
me, I
I
want the
said, you
V-Bucks.
put Ertz on a few teams. He is the icing on the cake for a Super Bowl fucking team.
He is.
That is worth something. You just don't give that shit away. You
No, you
put him
can-
on Arizona, fucking Arizona is automatically a Super Bowl contender. You put him on the fucking Indianapolis Colts, automatic Super Bowl contender. Fucking
put him on
Green
the
Bay, same thing.
Ravens.
You put him in fucking Tampa, same fucking thing. It doesn't matter. There's certain teams, like if he would end up going to Kansas City, any of them, dude, any of these Super Bowl ready now to win teams, he's worth something. I'm not just going to give him away to go win a fucking ring with another team.
No,
for a
unless we get something
fifth-round pick.
in return for
Yeah,
that Ertz.
yeah. Like
I mean, at
I
best,
said,
at this
man,
point,
you
you
can't
want to
erase everything he's done just because of one bad fucking year. You can't do it.
Definitely, because like every
Did you
player.
guys
It's not
say,
all
Robert?
on him. A lot of that was on Doug and the fucking system and the scheme we fucking ran. That wasn't on Ertz. Yeah, he wasn't healthy either, but everybody gets injured now and then. How often does Zach Ertz truly get injured? And half the time he plays through his fucking injuries.
Definitely, but yeah, I mean, like you said, I mean, if you want to trade him now, I mean, at best, get a second or third, and like you said, and also mentioned, like you can't erase of what he's done. Yeah, despite being hurt, having a bad year, and the bad scheme, all the shit that's been going on through here in Philadelphia. Like you got to look at it this way. I mean, look, I mean, he's done a lot for the city of Philadelphia, and people will never forget that.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if he leaves or not.
No. But if he leaves, you got to get something for him, man. You just can't let him go.
But yeah, I mean, Mitch, you got any final remarks before we end up wrapping up this episode?
All right. Two things. One, Nick suck. I just got to say that right now. Just got to throw that out. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And two, we just got to wait till June 1st.
Yeah, just go. We
Just
got to
gotta
see
wait.
how the definitely.
And see us like
What about you? What about you, EU? Do you have any final remarks?
you.
I mean, it's easier to say EU because people, people who are not new, and
Works
like
for
me,
me,
because
man. Don't matter.
Take it.
I mean, but I gotta head.
Honestly, man, we're winning the NFC East. There you go.
I think we can.
Book it. Book
Yeah.
it. We'll win.
Yeah.
Seriously, but other than Eagles Uncensored. Thanks for coming on with you and
No
Slay as
problem,
well. But I'll hopefully see you guys in the next episode when we get together.
for sure.
All right, I'll talk to you.
Peace out, guys.
Later, guys.